Hello, your Royal Majesties, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. I'm also host to SoulGarden.me, the most loving space on the internet for remarkable souls. If that's you, you should come down and create a little place. In fact, we got a new show in prime time. It's called Office Hours SG After Dark. This is our first primetime office hours, hosted by Jenny Watson, our village chief, and I, Marcella. She is our I Decide Gemini. And they're going to just get on camera, be girls, and we're going to chat at night. It starts at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's 9 Eastern. Come down, come chat, come play, come talk. It'll be fun. I guarantee it. Now, we are shifting into the sun in Leo. Happy birthday, Your Majesty. We finally made it to where it's all about you for an exact 30 days. And this is a challenging time, and because it's been a challenging period of time. So, you know, like all the signs will tell you, birthday this year in 2012 is not super easy. It does some soul work because you're really letting off a lot of stuff. Now, going to the construction of reality, we always share a God consciousness energy together. That's where the sun comes in. When the sun is in Leo, that means the whole earth is like Leo for 1 month, where love is the highest priority. So everyone on earth is trying to adjust into love as you are adjusting into love. And since you are the love casters, the ones that really show us where to go, as you adjust, we follow. That's part of the I love. But then when you are Leo, your I love is directly infused with your ego. You are an egomaniac about love. Ego and love co-trigger one another, which means when you're not getting it, your ego can get nasty. When you are getting it, your ego can get good. I mean, you mix it up. The two co-trigger. So for a Leo, in order to feel love from the universe, they must have their ego in check. They must be on top of their ego. And this is where pride gets in the way, and Leo taking things too personally gets in the way. By the way, taking things too personally, here's my first disclaimer. I've now reached a point in my life where I have too many Leo friends, so you will not get personal happy birthdays this year. Wah, wah, wah. Now, you're the only sign I have to give that disclaimer to, by the way, because you're the only one who takes it super personally. But yes, I love you. Yes, we all have a special connection. We all do. But happy birthday, this is it right now. I can't go to Facebooks anymore, it's just so much. But that just tells you how much I love Leo. Everyone loves Leo. Why? Because Leo's about love. Now, of course, the third chapter of our story is based on our rising sign, and that is actually where the guardian agency helps people and guides people. So you have those, and then GA will help you with your personal if you're a client watched over. So as we start off on Monday, your birthday period, the sun is 1 degree, and we are basically just asking the simple question, can you feel the love? In your case, do you love yourself? That's what this first chapter is about, Your Majesty. If you don't love yourself, there's going to be nothing for you in the world. Of course, the classic trap of Leos is expecting that the love comes from the world. Nope. The love comes from yourself, which is why the flies come to the honey. All right? Because you have made a lot of honey inside of your own heart, and they're coming as a result of that. Young Leos, princes and princesses, chase after the love and therefore become victim to public opinion. It's like you're on the open stock market, right? So in the day one of birthday, do you feel your own love? And does your ego represent love? And are you feeling love in your life? Are you enjoying your life? Is it pleasant? Are you in love? Are you have some love in your life? Is it gooey? Is it great to be alive? That's really the question on Monday. The moon is in Libra, so you're heavy in treacherous world, which is your mind. And that is really where a lot of this is going to change in this next 6 months, is the way your mind approaches things. Keep an eye on your mind. Emotionally, you are kind of pensive or easily intellectually triggered, and the moon will cross over Mars during the course of the day, which will be a mental explosion. Could be an epiphany, could be anger, could be bad news. It is you just getting forward, moving forward with your new attitude. And like I said, you got till Halloween to get that attitude in order, because your mind can no longer sabotage the boat, and that's what it's partly about. On the other side, Uranus and Aries says as you innovate your thoughts, you've got to also innovate your beliefs. All the shoulds, all the things you put on yourself, oh, I should be this, I should be that, that's a failing belief structure, the shoulds. When you should all over yourself, that's your belief structure in the wrong place. There's no should. When you live by what you believe, it doesn't feel like a should. It is a wow. Right? So there's parts where you're shooting, there's parts where you need to think positive, and you're balancing both of them on Monday. On Tuesday, it gets even more pensive. Partly cloudy, chance of some minor storms, chance of some mind games. That's why moon's still heavy in the mind. So intellect, emotions, and moon rules the day. Not to mention, we are empowered with an ego. This month's birthday period is about your ego, how much you love yourself, and therefore how much love do you receive in the world versus how much you just broadcast empty. That is the big question. And here you are starting to feel where your mind or your emotional, intellectual co-triggering can affect that self-love in the first place. So in this birthday transit, step one, God is getting rid of where the mind is in the way, where mind games are in the way of the self-love. And on Tuesday, as the moon crosses Saturn, universe is forcing you or inviting you to grow up about this. So you could be all of the problem. You could be deliberately choosing to worry over and over. I mean, that is always the case. Now, one thing interesting, this triplet of planets in Libra is trining over to Venus in Gemini. So you're going to find that as you open your mind and get rid of the old games, your options in society expand. Expand. Your voice in the world expands. So the more you open your mind, the more choice you have in the world. So, you know, I guess you're not going to get VIP seating unless you open your mind. What can I tell you, Your Majesty? That's just the way it is. Now, as we move to Wednesday, the sun comes back out to play. That's because Jupiter rules the day, and because it's your birthday, you're going to feel fabulous. So, pretty fabulous, I think, on Wednesday. You're feeling bright, and you are exploring. It's time to shop. Shopping for who you will be. Shopping for the new ego. Shopping for defenses that you want to go away. Looking at parts of yourself that you just want to go this year. This is typical birthday thinking of where people go, well, in the next year, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And now last year, this sucked. This is that day, right? The moon is still in Libra, so you're pensive, but you're not on the heavy planet, so it's lighter, it's good, it's communication, it's maybe hearing from people already starting to wish you happy birthday, already connecting. We also have a double yod on this day, and you remember yod is the god giving us the finger. We have the first yod around Pluto, which keeps saying to Leos, hey, if you want life to change, there's one thing that's got to change. The way you live in the moment, period. Your lifestyle has got to support everything you're doing. You've got to think in your lifestyle, where's there room for everything you're doing? That's what Pluto is hammering on. But the real hammer goes to the Sun in Leo, your birthday conjuncting Mercury retrograde. And this particular yod includes Pluto, but ties in Neptune. And what that says is this: hey Leo, you don't know what part is wrong with your ego? You're not sure how to love yourself? Well, here's a couple clues. On the one hand, keep yourself open to a new lifestyle in the moment. On the other hand, use your instincts as far as what to trust and not to trust. So staying open to a lifestyle that will suit you better, using your gut to figure out where you trust, that's how you figure out where your ego and love starts or begins. That's the equation with the odd. Then on Thursday, breakdown, temper tantrums, chances of lashing out. The moon is in Scorpio, so your inner child, which is the essence of you, is going to pout if it has not been nurtured. Any envelopes or pockets of sleep, rest, food is going to create breakdown. That breakdown causes you to cry, ego breakdown. So ego goes too far enough, you know, wherever it is that your ego is not serving you. That's the part of you that you put out in the world. That's the love casting that you do. Any part of your love casting that doesn't serve may break down. And also, the way you connect to your own heart might break down. They're one and tied, ego and your own love for yourself. So in your case, it's a breakdown. Somewhere where you let yourself down, or the world broke your heart, then that broke your heart, and that is what it's about. The point is to see where and why. And because the moon's in Scorpio, it's an emotional boundary issue, and you're extra soft or extra childlike when the moon is trying to nest and rest but getting breakdown. That's how it works out. Friday, or I should say on Friday, Friday is a breakthrough day. Mercury rules the day, and you're still nesting and resting, so partly cloudy nesting and resting for the royalty. However, you will break through. You'll start to understand where your ego did not show up or did or didn't, or where you didn't show up for yourself, or where you didn't love, where the breakdown was. That's the breakthrough. Now again, the moon in Scorpio pulls you into a nest and rest, and I just want to point out a trine that's going to be in play for a while. All right, between the Sun and Mercury together in your ego energy, right? So your ego and your passion, your birthday stuff, and it's trining up to Aries, which means every time you change your ego, you're going to also have to change your beliefs. Beliefs and ego are so tied that you really need to keep a look at both of them. So if you're saying, I just don't feel comfortable in pink, you can assume you've got some weird belief about pink that needs to be fixed to feel comfortable in the pink. So look for those types of comparisons until Witecki notice, and that does start on Friday. I think it's part of your breakthrough. Checking my notes. Then on Sunday, the sun comes back out. So it's very bipolar this week. Up, down, clouds, rain, clouds, rain. Saturday, sunny again, rainbows, things are feeling good. It's your birthday. Venus rules the day. That's why the universe is trying to restore balance and order to life. So whatever things were out of whack, the universe is encouraging. But for you, it's sunny and childlike because the moon is now in Sagittarius, pulling it into pure inner solar core Leoism. So this is probably the first it's my birthday kind of energy where Leo's kind of supernova on everyone. That's because your inner child is enlightened. And once you return to that inner child of yours, we have a beautiful soul pyramid as a present from the universe in fire. Now what this comes down to is just putting together the week if you want. Once you're feeling from the perspective of your inner child and dreams, which is why you came anyways, was your own personal inner child and dreams, then you really start to put together where your beliefs need to change with Uranus and where your ego needs to respond differently or change with the Sun and Mercury. So it is from the inner child prince or princess that saves the day and tells ego and beliefs where to go, and that's Saturday. Then Sunday, it's a church day. Neptune rules the day, so we're all cloudy. We're kind of logged in. Partly cloudy, but fun for the Leos nonetheless. The moon is still in Sagittarius, so you still want to go out and play, as you should. Please show the world how it's done. None of them are having fun. But Neptune-wise, it's kind of trying to figure out where you should position your ego, where you should let up and love yourself, where you should move in directions, or where you can. I shouldn't use the word should I? Huh. But also you're maybe looking at where the issues have been, using that intuition to, that goes back to childhood, or that started when I fell off my bike. So using your intuition to get to where you're over defensive or under defensive, therefore not loving or loving yourself, and Sunday's that day. One interesting opposition that I got to point out is for a period of time in the day, we'll GA with text to you in the period, but the moon in Sag, so in inner child, opposes Venus in Gemini. So literally finding the balance between what your heart wants to be in the world and where your heart's already happy with yourself now. And that has to be a healthy balance. Leo's got to love themselves just now without anything going on. But then again, they do want to be in the world and have a great time. So finding that balance between you and maybe seeing yourself different in the world to let up that tension happens Sunday. Okay, your birthday majesty, this is all I have for this particular 7-day forecast. Hope to see you in prime time after dark on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific, or see you on my show, Unite the Light, on Fridays at noon. Either way, I'll see you at least in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.